Welcome back to Figure Depot. Today we're taking a look at G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes. This is number 2 and the series, and it's a very awesome figure. The exclusive that was released for Comic-Con, he has some more brown and other colors, just very subtle, still dark, but you can still tell it's not black on black like this particular figure. I think this is the one most people are after. The deluxe accessories that came with the other one are not, just spectacular. So I think most people will be very happy with the standard release, unless you're just a completionist and want to have that one. So anyway, we got a window box style package, which kind of has a star cut out in its design. We get number 2 on the top, on the side. We also get these little descriptors here that describe different skill sets that he possesses. And then we get some really cool artwork on the side here of Snake Eyes wielding his katana, and you get Timber down at the bottom. And that looks really cool. Sorry, I didn't realize that was blurry. So there's a nice look at that. Then on the back, we get all the characters in the line, hopefully, that we'll be seeing. And some cool vehicles and planes, all kind of stuff all over the place. Looks very good. So anyway, let's bust this bad boy open and see what's inside. There he is out of the package, looking awesome. He does not come with Timber, of course. I just picked this up at Michael's several years ago. I've got 3 or 4 different wolves that I've picked up along the way for different shots with Wolverine and some other, just nature shots and stuff. And these make great timbers until we get one. Hopefully they give us an articulated timber when they do Mutt and Junkyard Dog, when they do Law and Order, and all the other various characters that come with an animal, like Freedom and Spirit or Shipwreck and Polly. I hope they give us animals in those sets, because they're kind of integral to the character, so it'd be a shame if we didn't get those. I always got G.I. Joes when I did good grades in school from my parents, so that was kind of how they incentivized me to do well. If you remember, every G.I. Joe came packed with a backpack pretty much, and then like a weapon or two. So we have this really cool backpack with this figure, and it's black with some silver paint on the buckles. And it pegs into the back just like the classic figures. We do get these peg hole on the side, which is for the scabbard of his katana. And so we just punch that in there. And then you take the sword, which is just a flat, black on black, no paint detail. But it does have the Arashikage stamp on it there. And you just drop it down inside. And you can store it there, which looks great. It also has the Arashikage in red here on the side. It's got a nice, leather texture to it, and some stitching up and down the side to make it look cool. And of course, you got all these pockets and stuff on the backpack that look really nice. None of them are functional, of course, but the detail is very nice, given the simple design of the character. We also have this machine gun here. And then we have a dagger. Again, nothing to it, just black plastic. Then we have a pistol with this random hole, which looks strange, but there you go. And the dagger will go on his sheath on his hip, and we'll look at that in a minute. And then the pistol can fit in the holster on the side. And then we get this silencer, which will port into the end of the pistol there, and you got a cool little silencer weapon, which is very nice. Also, if you happen to pick up the Black Widow Target exclusive, it comes with one. If you ever lose this one, at least you could have a backup here. And that silencer is actually a solid piece connected to the gun. You can't pop it on and off, so that's a surefire way not to lose it if you wanted to have a backup there. But anyway, just something interesting to note. Yeah, that's the accessories that the figure comes with. Now, getting a closer look at the figure here, the design reminds me a lot of his G.I. Joe Retaliation look. It had, you know, armor plating and stuff everywhere. If you remember in the movie, the G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, he did not have, you know, any, you know, a lot of armor or anything. It was just kind of a smooth, muscular looking bodysuit on the top. But then when the second one came out, he had all this armor and stuff, which is a little more realistic. So we can see he kind of has that kind of flavor to him. Again, not any paint that I can tell, just differences in the gloss and the flat finishes. You get the texture here on the pants. That looks really nice. All these belts, and there's the knife scabbard and the gun holster there. And you can see we have a lot of just really nice detail top to bottom on this guy. Not disappointing in the least. We do get some little red marks very sparingly throughout, a little bit of silver on some of these buckles and snaps in a couple places. I think I'm going to go through here with some silver paint and do the pins on the grenades and maybe a couple other spots, bring out some of those accents a little bit. And anyway, but we got the Arashikage Dojo emblem here on the belt, and that is just a floating piece, which is very cool. So all this looks really, really good. Really digging this. Knee pads look great. Very, very cool design. I really, 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 really like this. Not disappointed in the least. I made an attempt to do some custom G.I. Joes, and I tried to make my own custom Snake Eyes back when I thought we'd never get one out of a Deadpool figure. And I never finished him. I was going to put a visor on his head there, but I never quite got to it. But that's kind of where I got with it. You can see what they've given us is a whole lot better, but it wasn't a bad stand-in in the meantime. Now that we've had a chance to look at the accessories, let's take a look at the articulation. So head is on a ball peg, and it's hinged, of course, or it's actually a double ball peg, and the neck kind of floats around, so you can get some real good side-to-side looks. And he can look up, not just like a super bunch, but he does look down a lot, and that functions pretty well. We get a 360 rotation there. We do get some butterfly joints, but they don't have just a ton of movement. It's real subtle. Arms will come out to the side to there. We do get a bicep swivel. We do get double jointed elbows. And, we do get double jointed elbows, and we do get wrists that will rock up and down, which is good for sword slashing and gun holding poses. And of course they swivel. Then we get a crunch back, which is phenomenal. And then we get a crunch forward, which is equally fantastic. We do get a swivel at the waist, and it's a ball peg, actually not a swivel, my apologies, but it will function like a swivel, but it'll also rock side to side. So really good articulation there. Legs will kick forward to there until you have your drop down joints, which will allow you to kick all the way forward. So that's a nice addition to the figure, is those drop down hinges. And we do get a thigh swivel just under this little belt holster, which is gun holster, which is kind of floating. We do get double jointed knees, which will bend to there, which is great. We do get a boot cut as well. And we get a real nice forward, a real nice backward, and then we have ankle pivot. So real good articulation there with the figure. Really, really great poses you're going to be able to get this guy into. In terms of size comparisons, here we have him with another figure in the wave, which is Scarlet. And of course I've done the head swap with the Target exclusive Black Widow because it just looks gorgeous and so much better, in my opinion, than the head sculpt that we got with the actual Scarlet figure from the Classified series. The head sculpt to me was just kind of lackluster. and so I swapped it out with this one, which I think looks so much better. And then we have Luke Cage, which is kind of a little bit on the taller side for your Marvel Legends. So Snake Eyes and the rest of the Joes fit in basically the same exact scale as your standard Marvel Legends figures. For another size comparison, here we have Snake Eyes with some articulated icons ninjas. We have the deluxe white ninja with the arms pack and a Cobra decal, which of course I made my Storm Shadow out of, looking fan-flippin-tastic. And then we have the Rashikage ninja there in the red. So these also can be hand ninjas with your Marvel Legends figures for Daredevil. So yeah, I have seen the Wave 2 red ninjas and by the G.I. Joe Classified line, and I am not digging those at all. They are re-releasing these. Right now you're going to pay 80 bucks for them from that first release on eBay. So just hold tight. Articulated Icons will re-release those at their standard price here in the future. I don't know how soon exactly, but they have said it's coming. So if you prefer an actual ninja look to the really weird look that they're giving us with their G.I. Joe Classified ninjas, you'll be able to pick up some more of these soon. So anyway, well, that's going to wrap it up for me today. I hope you enjoyed this review. I definitely recommend this figure. 10 out of 10. It is fantastic. Looks amazing. The details are impeccable. The articulation is really fantastic. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. It goes great with the Articulated Icons ninjas, and yeah, there's just nothing really to complain about with this guy. He is absolutely fantastic. The ball joints are good and tight. The hinges work well. I didn't have any stiff joints. I don't know if that butterfly articulation is supposed to be more fluid than it is, or if it's just what it is, but at any rate, it functions fine and just as well as any other figure in my collection. So anyway, tune in next time. I'm going to be reviewing Destro soon, and hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the figure, if you've picked them up yet or not, and if you're going to be satisfied with this standard release, or if you were going to pick up the deluxe version that was released through Hasbro Pulse. Alright, I'll see you next time. Be sure and check out my Instagram, Figure Depot.